All premarital sex is rape. Me Too, October 21st, 2018. What is rape? Rape is unconsensual sex. One must get consent before having sex. In the past, if you wanted to date a girl, you had to ask the father for permission. This may sound old-fashioned to most people, but even today, it is customary for a man to ask the father of the bride permission to marry her. That's if you want to keep peace in the family. In a country like the United States, where there's 140 million gun owners with a right to bear arms to protect their daughters, you really should get permission from the girl's father before you ask his daughter for a blowjob or any other kind of sex. Unless the father is a Hell's Angel biker who already got a blowjob and anal sex from his daughter and doesn't mind complete strangers getting them from her, you need to get permission if you want to live. In the Me Too, Why I Didn't Tell movement, this is the main reason why daughters don't tell their fathers about sexual abuse. They don't want their father to go to prison for killing the guy. And I've read all these papers about the Me Too movement, why they didn't tell, and this is the main reason why they didn't tell. There's no actual law in the books that says you have to ask the father for permission to have sex with his daughter. But every gun owner in the United States that has a right to bear arms to protect his daughter, from every greasy drug-dealing biker types, atheist, Wiccan, religion, fornicator. And, this is the tribulation battle of good and evil that the Bible talks about at the end of the world. This is the civil war that's going to happen. The daughters are going to start telling their gun-toting fathers about their sexual abusers. The fathers are not going to be worried about going to prison. They are going to be more worried about burning in hell for not fighting against this nation of fornicators. Now, I'm pretty sure there'll be some atheists and even some drug-dealing biker types killing the abusers of their daughters. So we all know that it doesn't matter if the daughter gave consent to have sex. Did the fornicator ask the gun-toting father? And it doesn't even matter if the fornicator asked the father and the father gave consent because he was a biker or Wiccan or atheist. Because we all know from reading the Bible that the fornicator did not get consent from God to have sex with a child of God. Because God only gives consent to having sex in marriage. Any religion or church that teaches otherwise, is Satanism, is of the devil. If you didn't get permission from God to have sex with a girl, then it is rape. That might not be man's law, but it's the absolute law of God. And when preparing the earth for Jesus' return, if you believe Jesus is going to return with all of his saints, you don't want to be one of these people who didn't get consent from God. The punishment for rape in Satan's kingdom is about 7 years in prison. But the punishment for rape, for not getting permission from God, is much more severe. Some people say that you may be burned and tortured in the lake of fire, but I'm pretty sure that's a preacher's scare tactics. We don't really know what will happen to people who didn't obey God's laws. Will they be forgiven? Will they be banished as fornicators and rapists? Only God knows. The important part is that we teach people that if you didn't get consent from God, then it it is in fact rape. And we know when someone didn't get consent from God, when they are not married and they have any kind of sex. Whether it's oral, anal, digital, vaginal, it's all rape. And we all know that these gun-toting fathers who believe men should get permission before having sex with their daughters